Hi everyone, in this short videos, I'm going through the 4 steps for text mining to identify similarities between different documents. Here are the 4 steps. The first step is text pre-processing. Basically means you need to clean your data before you analyzing them. In this step, you need to tokenize your document. In the second step is to calculate term frequency inverse document frequency. We have talked about this term in class for a number of times. You now should have a good understanding what is term frequency inverse document frequency, TFIDF. In the third step, we're going to reduce dimensions and to do clusterings based on k-mean clustering algorithm. In the first step, we're going to find the most relevant terms for each clusters. Now, I'm going through the 4 steps in exploratory, step by step. So please open your exploratory. We're going to create new. The data file I'm going to use is from lecture 4. Is Airbnb activity data 2. So we click create. We go data frame with the file data, Excel files. We go to activity 2 dataset. You click save, create. Now, as I said before, the first step you need to do is to pre-process your data. So what you're going to do is add a new step. Go to text mining. We go to tokenize the text. In this case, it's comments. You want to tokenize them into words. And for parameters, so keep other columns true. You run it. Now, go to table. You will see the tokens here. Now, you need to clean the tokens. So you go to filter. You want all the tokens that is going to be left is not stop word. You click not is not stop word. Choose English. You run it. Now the second thing you're going to do, filter again. You don't want numbers. Say you want everything is alphabet. Then click is alphabet. You run it. And the third thing I want you to do is that look through work with text, and you try to stem words. You click run it. Now we have finishing pre-processing data. What are you going to do next is you want to calculate the term frequency inverse document frequency. But before that, I want to mention that you need to have a look at your tokens, and some words may have no meanings, are not written correctly. You need to clean them one more time. Use the filter functions and working with text. I will leave that to you. So in the second step, what we're going to do is add a new step. We're going to calculate term frequency inverse document frequency. So document ID token, we run it, and now it will calculate your term frequency inverse document frequency for each token. But one thing you recognize here, the username is gone. They only leave document ID. So what are we trying to do that we want the username still with this file. So what do you do? So what we are going to next, you will see this one is in green, but however, we need to go back to step 5. You click on step 5, then you add a new step, you click joins, you choose name, they will automatically match document ID, you should run it, but now you actually can see the review names. So Once you calculate the term frequency inverse document frequency, what you're going to do next is step 3 to reduce dimensions. So then you add the new steps. You go to custom R command. You tap DO SVD name. It's actually review name. We have token TIF TF and then we have n component. We put at 3 and you can run it. Now you can see each person's will have 3 dimensions. To make it nicer, we use command in Mac. I think control in Windows. You click the arrows, you spread long to wide. Yep, you run it. It will look nicer. Now, what are we going to try to do is that we want to use k-means clusterings to identify how similar are the reviewers based on the comments. So what do? You use comma in Mac and control in Windows. You click 1, 1, 2, 3. They will be highlighted in green. You click arrows and you do analytics. You cluster with k-means. But now this time you don't really know how many clusters you want to put that in. So what I should do now is go to analytics. You choose k-means. You choose 1, 2, 3 as you variables, and the review name as a subject column. You run it. You will see identify 3 clusters. But if you want to identify what's the optimal clusters you should have, you click here. You go to eyeball methods. Let me run one more time. You go to the property. Then you go to eyeball methods. True. You apply. Now you have identified the optimal clusters. For example, here we're just going to choose 7. So then you go back to your table. You use Command or Control for Windows for 1, 2, 3 dimensions. You then go to Analytics and you custom with the k-means with the select columns. You say I put 7. You run it. Now you can see each clusters. So who belongs to each clusters? So what are you going to do next is actually to bring the key terms back to the clusters. So in step 4, you need to create a data frame first. So you go to step 6, left join. You create branch data frames. We call them term back. You create. You go to table. You select token and review names. You click the arrows. You say keep select columns. Now you go back to the active tool data set. Remember, you need to click run k-means clusterings. You add the new steps. You click join, turn back, review names. You run it. Now, the next you're going to do is that you click clusters and class and token. You click the arrows and you group by. And then you do next is you go to token. You go to summary, count number of rows. Yeah, you just click run it. Then you will see how many words appears for each clusters. And then what you're going to do next is that you want to keep on the top 10 or top 15, whatever you want to choose, and you run it. And now all the words back to the clusters. Then you will be able to identify the similarities for each clusters and tell exactly what they are similar. So that's all for all the steps. If you have any questions, please let me know.